is a great pleasure and privilege for me to be here, and I represent the Ukrainian Shakespeare Center at this festival. It's not the first visit of mine, because many years ago, it seems to me that 10 years ago, we were present here for the first time. And since that period of time, we have been dreaming about our own international Shakespeare festival in Ukraine. And I'm very happy to say that nowadays, even during this hard period in the history of our country, when we have to struggle for our independence, when we are in this terrible war with Russian Federation, we are going to organize this first Shakespeare International Festival. So there are some reasons of our visit, and the first is to learn how to do it. It is really very important, because here we are impressed with everything, with the theater performances, with the organization of the festival, in which there are some kinds of activities are successfully combined. I mean theater performances, theater critics, I mean the seminars and panels and workshops organized by Nicoleta Chin-Poeș, professor from Worcester, who is Romanian by nationality. Then there are a lot of book launches, there are a lot of places where people can relax and exchange their opinions about festival. So it seems to me that it is very important, and the academic part is also very important, because I know that here this year, when you celebrate the 30 years of existence of the festival, there were a lot of extremely pleasant things, such as given honorary professor to Nicoleta Chin-Poeș, honorary status to the famous directors, theater directors, and the organizers of the festival, etc., etc.
Tell me, where shall be placed your festival in Ukraine, and who are your guests, or what do you think, who will come in the war period, in a war zone?
It's really a risk to organize such a huge event during the wartime, but nevertheless, the famous Ukrainian director, whose name is Rostislav Derzhipilsky, you will be able to see his performance this very evening with Romeo and Juliet. He is brave enough to start this tradition, and this year we are going to have 10 performances, and our guests will be from Moldova, I mean theater from Moldova, and there will be a lot of Shakespeare scholars who are brave enough to come to our country even during the wartime. And it was a kind of surprise for us to know that they are ready to give us such a powerful support as to be present, to take part in the academic events of the festival, and then to write about Ukrainian Shakespeare Festival in Western media. And there will be a lot of guests online also.
Tell me please, where is the place, and how safe is the place?
I do believe that this place is safer. No, it's not a secret. It will be in Ivano-Frankivsk. It is the western part of our country. I can't say that it is absolutely safe. You know that in Ukraine we have at least the little village or big city that can be called safe. But it is a little bit safer than Kharkiv, for example, or Zaporizhia. I'm from Zaporizhia, because such big cities as Kherson, Kharkiv, Zaporizhia, they are too close to the war zone, 20 or 40 kilometers. And that's why it is very, very dangerous to be there, or to start to organize something when there will be a lot of people. But in Ivano-Frankivsk it is a little bit safer.
Where it's a place exactly? It's a theater, it's a big, a small theater where you will have this festival?
There will be different locations, and the main location will be the the main building of Ivano-Frankivsk National Theatre, named after Ivan Franko. So Ivan Franko is one of the famous Ukrainian writers and intellectual leaders, so the name of the city is Ivano-Frankivsk. The theatre is named after Ivan Franko.
Tell me about yourself. What are you doing at the festival exactly? So,
here at this festival?
No.
In general, in Ukraine, I am the university professor in Zaporizhia. So I am the member of academic staff of Zaporizhia National University. I am the head of the Ukrainian Shakespeare Center that was organized more than 10 years ago in 2009, and since that period of time we are trying to intensify Shakespeare activity in Ukraine, and nowadays the main task for us is to represent Ukraine abroad as much as possible, because we understand that even after 400 years which came from Shakespeare's death, the values he expressed in his works are still very topical, and we should remember people about the value of human life, about the value of independence, freedom, etc., etc. So it seems to me that our being here is not only to learn something, how to organize festivals. One of the tasks is also to enjoy theaters. And you see, it seems to me that it's very important to mention that Shakespeare is able to create community even after 400 years. Well, and this community, powerful community of people who can be called Shakespeare admirers or Shakespeare scholars or Shakespeare theatre practitioners, almost all of them give a great support to Ukraine. For example, even here at this festival, my colleagues from different universities, from different countries, were very active not only in expressing their spiritual and moral support, but they also donate some money for our army, and I have organized volunteering group that is called Shakespeare in Ukraine, and my colleagues in Ukraine are rather active to participate in it. And now we have donation to buy a drone detector. It is very important because it really will save a lot of lives in Ukraine. So I'm very much grateful to my Shakespeare colleagues.
Tell me please, what did you saw here in Craiova?
I have a happiness to see more than 10 brilliant performances, and what impressed me most of all, probably it's Robert Lepage ballet, Hamlet. I saw it yesterday, and I can't express those feelings which I had been experienced during the whole show. It was the time when I enjoyed not only this beautiful combination of senses and movements, everything, music, aesthetic, costumes, dancing, of course, everything was brilliant and can't be overestimated. Then it was a kind of great discovery for me. Since the beginning of the war, I have never seen at least one comedy. It was very difficult to watch something that is fun this period of time. But when I was at the performance of flute theater, Midsummer's Night's Dream, by Kelly Hunter, I was so much impressed with the acting, with the whole idea of the performance, that for a short period of time I even relaxed. It is very difficult to express this strange feeling that you can be relaxed, probably maybe not for the first time during this war, but it was a real positive feeling which helps me to think positive and to be more optimistic. And then what impressed me very much is Kelly Hunter's work with autistic people. It seems to me that her being here in Craiova is a real event for all the families which were gathered in the hall just after the first show. That day they had two performances, one ordinary performance and the next one is for these people with special needs. And the changes I see with my own eyes were so great and so impressive when people began to smile. You can't imagine this feeling. By the way, Kelly Hunter has been helping Ukraine very much since the first days of full-scale aggression, full-scale war, because she worked with Ukrainian refugees, with those who have children suffering war trauma and autistic children in Bulgaria, where there are a lot of refugees from Ukraine. And in 2022, in May, we organized the first possibility for Ukrainian to learn the method of Kelly Hunter, how to work with traumatized people with the help of theater, with the help of Shakespeare. It was Pericles and it was very impressive. And then flute theater came 3 times to Bulgaria. And one of the visits, we were able to gather more than 500 Ukrainian people who are engaged in work with autistic children, theater practitioners, psychologists, psychiatrists, school teachers, parents of these children. And all of them were able to watch streams from Kelly Hunter's work during a week. For 6 days they were able to look at, to learn and to prove that method is working. But here in Craiova, I was absolutely shocked with this effect, in the positive way, of course. So there are so many impressions, so many performances, and it seems to me that even after a week or a month or half a year, the sweet rememberings about some shows, some actors, some ideas will come and will help us to be resistant in this terrible situation of war.
Tell me, you told me at your festival in Ukraine, which will take place in June, no?
Yes.
Will come from Moldavic Republic, someplace?
Yes, yes.
Also from Romania, also from Ukraine?
There will be about 9 performances, and the absolute majority of them are from Ukraine, because it's a kind of risk to invite people from peaceful countries. But Moldovan director, we have a brilliant opportunity to see his performance here. I saw Macbeth, for example, and yes, and I admired it very much. So he would come with his Macbeth, it seems to me with Macbeth, to Ukraine, and I do believe that our spectators will appreciate his performance very much. But we hope that we start this tradition, and it will go on. It will live, and the name of the festival here in Craiova is very simple, is very symbolic. Yes, we will. So we can join this tradition. Yes, we also will.